All right, we are now on YouTube and Alpha Geek Video. So, hello everybody.
Hi. How you doing? I'm feeling fine.
I'm going to use that one and that one and that one and go down there and there. All right. So, I am ready to go if you are.
I'm ready.
All right. Then we are going to go live. And hold on, actually, let me see something here. How do I sound to you, by the way?
You sound like yourself. Maybe
All right,
a little cold voice going on.
How about now? Do I sound any different now?
Now there's a slight hiss behind you.
Okay, then that's a bad idea then. I'm going to readjust so the YouTube quality is a little bit better, but apparently I don't know how. So, all right. Oh, well. Sorry, YouTube. Get the better stuff at geek-io.net.
Geek-io.net.
All right, so...
Am I still loud enough? Because I just changed mine to studio because I forgot to do that
you're
before.
Fine.
Okay. Sometimes it makes me super quiet.
Nope, you're good. All right, so going in 5, 4, 3. God damn it. You don't normally say something there. All right, going in 5, 4, 3. This Geek.io production is brought to you by me, my book. You can find it at geek-io.net/Athalor. That is ATHALOR. It is a science fiction fantasy book set in an apocalyptic wasteland about how one man can change the world. Check out more at geek-io.net/Athalor. And now, onto your normally scheduled geekery.
This podcast recorded before a live internet audience. To learn how to listen and watch live, visit tunein.alphageekradio.com.
You are listening to a podcast of the Geek.io Media Network. For all of our shows and more, visit geek-io.net. And to help support the network, head over to patreon.com/geekio.
The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
Spoiler warning!
I got to warn you. You're doomed to stay. Go. Go.
All right. It is time once again for the Geek.io Small Screen Spoilers Show, episode number 13. I am CJ. This is what unhappy looks like, Boat. And he's Jared. I'll say it in Spanish, Acevedo.
Acevedo. I'll say it in Spanish. No.
It's ironic because your last name is Spanish-ish.
Spanish-ish. It's Portuguese, which is next to Spain, but, whatever. Spanish-ish.
Spanish-ish.
And Spanish is closer than Italian.
Exactly. And we are here once again every week. I inform you that we are here to talk spoilers. We are here to spoil you rotten, like that kid off of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And if you are not all into spoilers and have not seen Gotham episode, whatever number is this supposed to be, Beasts of Prey?
19.
Episode 19, Beasts of Prey. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D, Season 2, Episode number 17, Melinda, or Daredevil, Episode 2, Cutman. You might want to come back later, or else we're going to spoil you.
Because we like spoiling you.
Exactly.
And you're going to be spoiled. And if you're really into being spoiled, then by all means, do it.
Absolutely. We have a little bit of a change up this week because our unofficial host with the kind of most has gotten us information for the 2 shows that he watches. And we're going to talk about those after we get done talking about number 1 show returning from hiatus.
Top of the
Gotham.
list. Got ham. Do you got ham? I got ham.
I don't have Gotham's picture, apparently. Hold on.
What?
I know.
I know I had to redo mine because I was dumb and moved them to a different folder.
Oops.
My bad.
Title cards. That's Arrow. There it is. There we go. Oh. Yay. Video switching. Gotta love it. Got ham.
You got it. I got
19. Beasts of Prey. This is the penultimate episode
Really?
or something.
There's
Yep,
only 3 episodes left?
3 episodes
How many
left.
22 we getting? Or 20?
21, which is a weird number, but
It is a
sure,
weird
we'll go
number.
with it. It's Fox. It's better than 14.
So what are we going to do for these last few episodes?
Cover probably 2 episodes of Daredevil because I want to wrap this season up. I've got a small screen spoiler show with S.H.I.E.L.D. So
I'm down with that. Because
We
watching
might
one
end
episode
up-
of Daredevil a week is making me twitch.
All
It is.
right, got him. Episode 19, Beast of Prey.
He's-
Guest starring Peter Petrelli from Heroes.
No, I
was
don't know who
driving
that
me-
is.
It was driving me crazy where I knew him from. Like, I know him. I just rewatched. I just watched him recently, and he said something. He says on Heroes, and I'm like, wait a second, that's Peter Petrelli. It's weird. He's a bad guy. Really bad guy. Oh
Oh,
God.
dear. Oh, dear. You're not a nice man.
50 Shades of Peter Petrelli. Oh, man.
All right, we got a show title early.
It's Spanish-ish isn't a good enough show title for you. And sorry to rush through things, folks. One, I want to get to the new parts from Daryl, and also since we're recording a late night later, I kind of pushed back personal stuff, so I want to blast through these, especially this. This is a good episode. I like this episode.
I thought it was
back
good.
hard.
It's not one of my favorites. It was fine. I think it was just because I had watched the other stuff first and
That's
it paled
fair.
a little in comparison to the other two, but
That is
maybe
very-
not for you.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is, man. If this had to have the production quality of Daredevil, this would be like infinitely better than Daredevil. I'm just putting that out there. So yeah, I mean, but it was a good episode. It was a good way to come back from a break. You don't want to come back from a break with a lackluster episode. And I don't
no.
believe that they did. I don't. No, this was not the strongest episode of the season, but hey, it was pretty good. Other than I'm trying to figure out Fish.
What is Fish doing?
Yeah, what is she doing, and why is she wearing the chef hat? I don't understand why is she wearing a chef hat.
I guess it's part of her indentured servitude to doll mocker, not doll maker. Don't say it wrong. It's doll
Yet.
mocker. She has to wear the
'cause-
hat and the blue eye.
Yeah, I mean I get the blue eye, but the hat, like, I don't understand that. At first I thought it was a towel, then it started moving really well with her head. I'm like, no, it's a hat. Why is she wearing that ridiculous thing on her head? And she's probably gonna die next episode.
Next episode? You don't think they'll
Yep.
stretch it out for let her
No, I
get
don't
through
think
to the
so.
finale?
No, I think she will. She'll probably end up in a hospital or something next episode, and maybe hang on one more. But I think she'll be. I think she'll be out. Well, I know she'll be out before the beginning of season 2.
Well, yeah,
It wouldn't
we all know
surprise
that.
me if she offs it next episode, because I mean, sniper bullet through the gut.
Yeah, getting shot in the stomach's never a good thing.
One, I mean, I do have a little bit of an issue with that. Okay, yeah, there's a chance if it's a high enough caliber sniper rifle that it may be able to get through the metal plating of a helicopter, and a military grade helicopter. But to cause that much damage, that had to be like a god sniper rifle. There's no way that could carry enough velocity to make that much damage.
I don't know. I don't know enough about helicopter armor.
I mean, it is a military grade. Well, no,
is it?
It's obviously a military grade helicopter. I mean, this is not like a medevac helicopter. And the only reason why I know what any of that means is because I'm a huge World War II buff.
Well then.
So no, I don't know guns and I don't know military stuff, but I worked for the military for a while and I know a lot about World War II, so I understand what military grade stuff looks like. So yeah, it was not something that should happen. So she got magic bullets through the gut.
Yeah, and she's gonna die. It may not be from the bullet, but it'll be soon. It'll be in the next episode or the next episode. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. This was a very fishy episode. Like, this was a very, very fish-oriented episode. But very little of everything else.
Yeah, but there's definitely sprinklings of everything else.
Oh yeah, and you got enough Bruce to make you want to hit him. You got enough of Jim and Bullock to remember that it's supposed to be a procedural. And they actually mentioned that they're still in the homicide department in this episode.
Yeah. In the homicide department. And then, Officer Opie comes over and gives him a case. Like, I love you so much, man. You're the best. Here's this case. And my note was, the case. Is it an olive branch or a setup? And then I circled setup at the end of the episode.
Yay, you have conversations with yourself through your notes, too. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Called it.
Oh yeah, that was a big time setup. I'm like, I'm just wondering, like, how is this going to pay off? Because obviously there's some kind of weird setup here going on.
Yeah, I was like, what is this?
I still don't understand.
I trust no one, not even you, Officer Opie.
Officer Extra.
I don't know. He may stick around. You don't know.
Yeah, possibly. I still don't understand why it was this case that he's like, you have to go solve it. Because, the guy seems to only want to kill women. Like, unless he's going to do it to Barbara, good on him. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, well, he's worried about his girlfriend, though.
Yeah. Inara. Yeah, you don't want to kill her.
I'm sure she'll get kidnapped in the next episode. He called her and she didn't answer, so.
Yeah, she's
telegraphed that pretty clearly.
Yep, you got a MacGuffin going on there, and he's going to be like, well, I can't trust anybody anymore. I can't trust myself with anybody's secret, blah, 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 blah. You think
that
the
whole sequence there when he got the case, and he's like, all right, Harvey, come on and help me with this. And of course, Harvey gave his whole big spiel about how he's like, whatever. You always just end up helping me in the end anyway, so let's just skip the BS and just come with me, okay?
I'm glad this show has already become self-aware. Like,
he's like, blah, 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 blah. It's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Come on. Let me say in Spanish. No. Yeah, okay, come on. Now you're going to join me anyway, so let's just jump to it. Let's not do this song and dance. We've done that enough.
Yeah. Most shows take at least a full season to become self-aware. This one, nope, right off the rip.
Back from break, we're self-aware.
Yep, we've realized there is a fourth wall, and we're going to poke at it a couple times. Yeah, just so weird. This episode was a little weird. Obviously, it's obviously a pull into the rest of the finale. In the next two episodes or three episodes,
your little penguin side story, as he's getting ready to assassinate.
Oh yeah, that was
a mob boss.
Yeah, he's gonna get rid of Marconi, and that's a thing. Even in comic books, that's how Penguin really raises the powers, killing Marconi. So that's kind of a telegraph. Though Butch or whatever his name is, his little friend.
No, Butch is the other guy. Gabe is his little henchman guy.
Oh, okay. No, Fish is old guy, Butch.
Oh, Butch, yeah. He wasn't in this episode, though, was he?
He wasn't? I thought he was the guy with Penguin.
No, that was his other henchman.
Oh,
The one that
Oh.
putting the guy in the bathtub.
all henchmen look the same to me. All right, so I can cross that note off. Never mind then, because
Butch wasn't there. I don't know where Butch was.
I had a note saying Butch seemed to fall backwards in this episode and really regain his old stoogehood. And
No,
then
that wasn't Butch. That was Gabe.
you blew my mind right now. And why is Willis in a show? I don't understand.
It's not Willis.
Oh, right. All Gabes
No.
look the same to me.
Old fat guy. He has no beard. Well, I guess Gabe doesn't have one either now, but that's beyond the point.
Get the
I like Penguin. I like Penguin being a little, evil, doing some cruel things. It's nice to see Penguin be a bad guy
Yeah, right.
instead of just a bumbling bumbler.
Yeah,
Bumbling bumbler.
yeah. I mean, he even did he's a violin player. He's a musician. Take his fingers. You
Lose
want me
the
to shoot him in
fingers.
the fingers? No, you idiot. Not shoot him in the fingers. Take the fingers.
Lose the fingers. Because I wrote that down.
lose
That
the
was going to
fingers.
be your nickname before you took the Gotham clip. It's okay. It's okay. So what was with-
Maybe.
Sorry.
Oh, good. No, good.
What was with the Jurassic Park guy on the island? The catcher?
Mm,
The fish?
I don't know.
Ah, clever girl. Shoot you through a helicopter.
Yeah, he seems to, in a quote, I guess it's poetic way, considering Dalmacher's like, I'm going to shoot you in the stomach if you don't tell me the truth.
Never trusted.
And she gave him the most most crappy lie ever.
It's convincing enough. But he clearly didn't trust her because he was already down there waiting for her to
Yeah.
try whatever she was going to try. But we knew that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she did kind of give her she did kind of prove that she's still a criminal genius by sending those guys out to their death.
Yeah, but I kind of saw that coming. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
all right, you go ahead, and the gate's unlocked. I was like, no, the gate's not unlocked.
The guy
Sucks for you guys. Sorry, guys. Sucks
Yeah,
for
poor
you guys.
guys.
Y'all are a distraction. Y'all are
Poor,
a
poor
distraction.
red shirts.
Wait a minute. Aw, gunned down like fish in a barrel.
Waka waka.
Waka waka.
Like the next quote I have is drunk asshole and then birth of Catwoman.
Oh yes, because Bruce, can't kill anybody because he's Bruce.
Yep.
Catwoman doesn't have a problem with it.
Boop, right out the window. Bye.
Peace out.
Bye, drunk asshole.
That dude.
I just like how she just did it and just like, all right, moving on.
Sorry, I had to do it. It had to be done.
This is clearly not her first rodeo. Like, she's just like, all right, and we're walking.
So yeah, I enjoyed their little thing that they had. The Bruce sequence was not terrible. It was small enough.
Bruce is okay as long as there's somebody else with him.
Alfred?
Well, correction. When there's either Alfred or Selena with them, because when he's alone anywhere else with anybody else, he's so horrible. But because he's such as an actor, he hasn't really taken a shining to his own role yet. So whenever he's on screen, he is just such a minor annoyance. It's easy to focus on other people. So you have the stronger actor in the second Doctor's son, and or the girl that plays Selena, which I she's not a bad actress. She's not a bad actress at all.
No, she's all right.
She's just kid, so she's not really experienced. This is obviously her first role, but she's playing it well.
Yeah, she does fine. There's moments when she's not great, and then other moments where she's great.
No, yeah,
But she's
kids.
a good actor. What are you gonna do? So fun with flashbacks. We got the ogre, quote unquote. It was very loosely based on something that actually exists.
Very, very, very loosely. It just happens to be there because it's a nod to the comic books.
Like
Like
poor man's Dexter, which you didn't get that reference, so I guess I'll have to make you watch that show. At least the first season. The first season's good. Second season, crap. Third season and fourth season are amazing. Fifth season's meh. And then I never watched the 6th, 7th, or 8th. But maybe someday I will.
good lord.
Anyway. Or maybe there's just 7. I don't know.
I thought it was 6. I only thought it was 6.
No, there's at least 7, maybe 8. We could look it up, but that's time. I don't have to waste.
How many seasons?
But seriously, he had the
does
exact same apron as
Dexter
Dexter,
have?
and he had like the same kill room as Dexter.
8.
It was
You're right. 8 seasons.
dang.
Oh, I put into Google. How many seasons does Dexter have? It returns a giant 8.
Thanks, Google.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Sure, why not? So, enjoyed that, and the building up of it. I'm wondering, is he going to be the villain through the finale, or
Most likely, I think
Or are
between
they just
him
gonna-
and
I don't think
the
they've had a villain
commissioner.
for more than 2 episodes yet.
I think they're gonna have him hang on, and then the commissioner hang on, and the commissioner is probably gonna be the final quote unquote villain,
Mayhaps.
which will probably have like Harvey like shoot him through the head or something,
Sounds good to me.
and because Jim probably won't do it, but Bullock is not against that, so.
That is.
Um,
And the
yeah.
only other note I have is a mute supermodel who loves pasty Irish guys.
Yes, but it still makes you wonder where that pretty lady from the Scarecrow episodes went.
Yeah, whatever happened to her?
I don't know. She just disappeared.
One episode. That's all we get.
Yep.
That's all you get.
Cute girl. He falls in love. Never again. All right. So, yep, and that is it. Yeah, I put nickname. Let me say it in Spanish, and then 3 episodes left. All right. So we are now moving on. Moving on. And close the wrong one. Close that. To Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Episode number 17. Melinda, but don't take my word for it. Here is somebody else to tell you.
The story of May's transformation into the cavalry. The story of May's transformation into the cavalry is revealed as she finds herself at a crossroads in the war between Coulson and Gonzalez. Meanwhile, as Skye learns more about her true heritage, will the truth about Inhumans send her in a new direction?
There you go.
Will it?
Will it indeed?
So we finally get the Bahrain story.
Yep. And it's a damn good story. This episode was awesome.
It was. It was
not gonna-
very, very good.
I have 5 notes. 5 notes because I'm
I
I'm
have
just captivated
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
by
I have
this entire
6.
episode.
I have 6 notes.
I freaking loved this episode. Like, this was really, really good.
See? This is how S.H.I.E.L.D. flows, man. It's like build up, then you have a kind of a quiet moment to build up some more stuff, and then boom, in your face.
In your face.
Face.
Yeah, we'll go over our notes really quick, and then Daryl put in a synopsis of his notes afterwards.
So do you think this was the story all along? Like, because they, from the first episode, they've always talked about the cavalry and what happened in Bahrain.
This is a
Inhuman
weird
thing
joint.
Always the plan?
This
That
is
far ahead?
They have movies planned through 2020. Yes, that
This
was
is
the
true.
entire point of it.
This is true. But still.
And I mean, this is a Whedon joint. Remember these things, like when they have time to flourish. There's a softball in episode 1 that is set up and finally hit, like at least a season later. Like Angel had a lot of these. Angel had a lot of these. There was payoffs.
They didn't know they were going to have 2 seasons.
That weren't paid off until like season 3 or 4. That if they would have been canceled, they just would have died. Like they're in Dollhouse, they tried doing that. Like Dollhouse, they set up things, and they had to hurry and scramble them when they got canceled.
That's true.
Like,
And then for Firefly, they just made a
that thing
movie.
happened. Yeah, right.
Firefly's like, oh, we got canceled, so let's make a movie. We'll wrap all those things up. We had all these
Which
cool
is-
ideas.
Still didn't wrap everything up, but all right.
No. It wrapped up a lot of things and then killed a bunch of people.
Oh, poor
Oh, book and watch. Anyway.
Yeah, so I think this was a softball to now. And if it wouldn't have, it just would have been an awesome backstory. I mean, they're running a S.H.I.E.L.D. Comic book now that's loosely ish based on the series. I say loosely-ish because it has Gemma in it, but not really tied into the series at all. It just has characters that were created for the series pulled into the comic books.
Interesting.
So they could have paid it off there because May is in that book.
I'm just impressed that they had planned this that far ahead, like from the very beginning. Like a key part of her soul is her story is a key thing in the whole universe.
They just didn't know what they were called at the time. It was just that this was a powered individual,
So
and that's the reason why they. That's the reason why
it's
they
an
kept.
an inhuman mom, and an inhuman daughter.
Well, inhuman-ish mom.
No, she was inhuman.
It's
That's
one
why
of the
her daughter
initiates.
was. That's why her daughter was also inhuman, because she.
No, I think she was.
inherited-
I think
She
she
had
was an
super
initiate
strength.
though.
She had super strength. She had been.
But
through
all
this.
of them did with the
No,
pain girl.
no. They didn't all have super strength. They just had zombie whatever craziness going on.
I don't know. Maybe.
Bullets stopped them. Nobody else could throw people across plazas.
Yeah, true. Well, not that they had a chance.
No. Good gracious.
But no, I called it right ahead. I'm watching this with Rachel, and I'm like, wait, it's the girl. And
Yeah, I
Rachel's like,
didn't-
what? I go, this is a Whedon joint. It's the little girl. And Rachel,
Well
who's not a
played.
huge like Whedon person, she's looking at it. And she goes, and the little girl pipes up. I go, it's the little girl. Just watch. The little girl comes around and goes, I'm with your pain. She goes, how did you know? I go, I watched Buffy.
It's always a little girl. It's always who you don't expect.
I can't watch like any show without thinking like the innocent child is now the evil person. We'll discuss that
twisting
here in a couple of minutes, but like every time I watch a show now, I'm like, it's the little girl. It's not the little girl. Like Lost Girl does this too, but not as well. Like there'll be a big bad villain, and I'm like, it's the baby, and it winds up being the baby. But then there's somebody controlling the baby. I'm like, well, I guess that works.
Yeah, almost.
Baby Brain May. I didn't really particularly like Baby Brain May. Like her being so distracted on everything. I get it because Rachel's like this, because she's wanting to have another kid, and like I get how you're distracted when cute baby thing come around. But
Well, they
May's a
basically just set
trained
that up
professional.
so that the story could crush that and destroy it.
But May is a trained professional. I can't see letting herself become that attached to her emotions.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
But apparently back then she had emotions. And they betrayed
Why did
her.
I put wooden cups down?
Wooden cups?
Wooden cups. I
don't
don't
know.
understand what I mean by wooden cups.
I love those notes that we don't remember what they were.
I'm sure it was important, but yeah, I put down wooden cups. I don't know what that means. You had a chance to get feels for Sky finally.
Yeah. That was filled. I wasn't expecting them to quite drop that bomb so fast. I figured they'd drag it out for an episode or two, but maybe I'm just too used to normal television.
Yeah,
dragging
right.
Things out. They're like, no, one episode, we're good. Let's just
Yep.
go ahead and drop this bomb. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you get one.
Let's roll.
You get one episode, and then there we go. All right. But yeah, you get all sorts of feels for Sky in this episode. Like I felt more for her in this episode than I have pretty much the entire series. I don't know. I guess they're finally finding her. She's finally finding herself as a character actress.
Yeah. And they're giving her things to do. Interesting things.
Yeah, things
Moving
that nobody else
mountains.
is doing. Like
I can
it's one
move
thing to have
mountains.
her be climb any mountain. She's actually doing unique things that isn't everybody else. She's not just another S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, or she's not just another.
Oh, wooden cups. That's what it was. We'll drink out of the wooden cups because she broke all the glasses when she was...
Oh, right. Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm like, why? I don't understand what wooden cups.
I was talking about moving mountains and I was thinking about her training, and then I remembered the glasses breaking. And we'll drink out of the wooden cups. It's like, oh, that's what CJ meant. There it is.
There we
brain.
go.
Brain
Yay.
put it together.
My final note on this is when is everybody going to learn stealth always wins? It's not the fact that May is stronger. It's the fact that May does not run in like a berserker.
Except for that time she got the berserker staff.
Well, yeah, but that's kind of the point of the entire relic.
I know. I'm just making it funny.
Yes. All right, your turn.
What other notes I got? Theta Protocol? Good,
Not
bad,
mentioned anywhere
secret?
else. Like
What
it's kind of
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't think that's a comic book thing.
no, it's not a comic thing. I'm
Do you
guessing
think it's
there's gonna be a huge.
nefarious?
I don't think so.
Can we trust Coulson?
I think we can. You want to know why I think we can? Because his name is the first one on the damn list
I don't
of
know.
actors.
It's a
Clark
Whedon-
Gregg is the first person.
It's a Whedon show. I just don't know who to trust anymore.
Whedon turns second people in the name to villains.
Okay.
Not the first. Except for the entire season when Angel was a bad guy in Angel. But shush, nobody asked you on that one.
Is he a bad guy in the show or just in Buffy?
He's a bad guy. They go back to that old trope in Angel.
That's right.
About him.
It's
being
just for like half a season, though.
No, it's like all of season 2.
Not all of season 2. I just watched season 2.
Most of season 2.
It's just a large chunk in the middle. He starts off good at the beginning, then Darla shows up, and God, I hate Darla so much. And then he goes evil for a while, and then she leaves, and he's back to normal-ish, and then they go to the other universe where the host comes from, and
Yeah.
all that stuff.
But I don't think it's nefarious. I think that
No, I don't either. I
think that he's blowing it out of
Blowing
proportions like he does, and like I honestly think that it's. I mean, between it being a Fury construct and a Coulson construct, like there's no way that it's going to be bad. It may be, it may take a little bit to get there, but it's not going to be a bad thing. It might be bad for Edward James Olmos, but
oh, it'll undoubtedly be that bad for him because, he's an extra special character, and they don't live very long.
No, they really don't.
Especially if you're Lucy Lawless.
No,
man. 2 episodes. Jeez.
And one's a flashback.
At least they came back.
Yeah, right.
So dinner with Dad. It was nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
You didn't want to I still am like all right, I'm still kind of done with this. I'm still kind of done. With
he'll
this
be gone. He'll be gone soon. Don't worry.
I mean, I'm glad they're giving him a moment of happiness, but I'm kind of done. Like I'm still kind of done.
Yeah. That was the whole thing. I mean, that's the moment of happiness. Everything's about to go to hell.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how these things roll.
The storm.
Things are about to get really bad.
Oh,
And speaking of dinner with Dad, Raina's an oracle.
Yay! Spiky oracle lady.
We got her power now. She can see the future.
Yep, and has spikes.
And has spikes. I'm not sure what the spikes are for.
Seems to be an interesting combination, but it might be a reflection of her soul.
Yeah, probably.
It might be like just kind of like how not Nightcrawler, his no eyes thing might be a reflection of his soul. Kind of like he was blind as a kid, and when he got his powers, that was what they ripped away. And since she was such a prickly little bitch in her life, that when she became an Inhuman, she became Rose Lady. All right. Anything else?
Avengers mention. We got an Avengers mention.
Yeah. Seem to be dropping a lot of those lately.
Yeah.
Wonder what
hey,
possibly
don't forget, there's an Avengers thing coming up, and we're part of that universe. Just in case you forgot.
Yeah, just in case.
Wink, 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 wink.
Speaking of stuff in the extended universe, when we get to Blood Devil, here in a couple of seconds. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and play Daryl's notes on this. Be back in a couple seconds, in approximately 1 minute.
While it was nice to see the origin of the cavalry, I always thought it would be one of those stories that was better left not told. May's reputation had gained a mythological status amongst her colleagues, and with viewers too. No matter how good a job they did, no reality was going to live up to it. Though, we did get to see Agent Coulson back in the days before Iron Man. The Avengers Initiative gets a name drop, and it's always fun when he tells people he's with, wait for it, the Strategic Homeland Intervention Enforcement and Logistics Division. But given that S.H.I.E.L.D. is in a more serialized phase at the moment, there are plenty of other threads that get some attention. Sky is settling in at Noclops' school for gifted youngsters. Thornigal gets some precognitive powers, even though S.H.I.E.L.D. dismissed it in Season 1, Episode 2. And things are getting interesting at the other S.H.I.E.L.D., where Director Adama seems to be trying to prove he's not really 100% a dick. Best of all, though, how are you going to get out of that tricky situation with nothing but a hand dryer?
Nothing with a what? Nothing but a
I
what?
don't know. I kind of just dropped off there.
Nothing but a hand dryer? Is that what it is?
That's what I'm hoping he said.
And he's still kind
not
of a dick.
the other
I'm not
thing.
gonna lie. I'm sorry.
No,
he
he's
is.
totally
I
dick.
mean, I love Adama. Don't get me wrong, and I'm glad he's on the show, but he's clearly there to be a dick.
Yeah,
That's his
he's
job.
there to be.
And he's
there
doing
to
a
be the
good job.
foil. Yeah, he's there to be the foil to Coulson. And by the way, he's recording that in his car. So next week, I've given him some lessons on how to not sound like he's talking into a tin can. So next week should be a little bit better.
We'll see.
As you
Every
can
week
tell
a little
from
better.
they going by him.
Didn't even hear it. I was too busy listening to what he was saying. CJ, why don't we get on to that Daredevil? What do you say?
All right. Yep. All right. Hold on. Got lots of things we got to do. Then that, and then.
And I disagree, Daryl. I think the payoff for the Bahrain story was fine.
Yeah,
It was one of those
by the
things
way,
I thought they would never tell. But
it's kind of clearly obvious that he's going back and rewatching the show, though, because he's name dropping episode 2 stuff. It's clearly not obvious that you're going back and watching the show again. All right, so here is our special guest intro to Daredevil.
In a world where justice is not blind and the police have been paid to look the other way, a new kind of hero is needed. By day, Matt Murdock works with the law to defend the helpless. By night, he wears black pajamas and lets people punch him in the face. A lot. Seriously, this guy must have, amazing healthcare. In this episode, Matt Murdock makes a near-fatal error while trying to save a kidnapped boy and finds himself in the arms of Rosario Dawson, the lucky bastard.
he is a lucky bastard. Who needs good health care when you got Rosario Dawson?
Yeah, right. And also, he's an almost unemployed lawyer. No, he has no health care.
He doesn't have any health care. He can
from
just take
his
punches.
horrible father.
Right. So do we want to production or plot stuff first? Because
Plot
production I have
first.
pretty much nothing but praises, but plot stuff.
Actually, okay.
a
All right,
mixed
so
bag.
we'll go with the good things first. Production wise, again, contrary to what people thought last week, I love the production on this show. It is amazing. It is very well put. Cameras are on level. The shots are well executed. Direction is obviously clearly there. The edits are clean, cut, precise. You get proper cuts when you're supposed to. You don't get jump cuts. You don't get unnecessary reactionary cuts. They're all very well plotted and spoken for. The soundtrack, when it pipes up, is appropriate. You never really have, circus con music going when he's dying on a floor. Not that there is much of a soundtrack, but when there is, it is very well placed.
I haven't noticed that. There's not a ton of soundtrack in this. It's mostly
No, this is very
quiet.
Yeah.
Letting things happen. No soundtrack.
I think there's a reason behind that because of Daredevil's superpower. If you have a lot of noise in a show and you're going to play a lot of music, you're going to be distracting from what's going on screen. And you're you're trying to be forced into a point of view perspective of a guy who can't see anything, who has to rely on hearing. So I'm wondering if it's a thematic choice.
Could be.
It wouldn't surprise me when the next Defenders episodes come out, that you're not going to get more of a soundtrack, because those are probably going to be very thematically different than Bat Devil. So I mean, no, and the choreography in this. Oh my God, the choreography in this.
Man.
Like it is spectacular. And yes, it is very obvious that this is a guy with very limited powers fighting a bunch of guys who are clearly above his weight class.
Yes.
This is a guy who is wearing black pajamas, running around punching people in the face, fighting a
punched
bunch of
back.
trained killers.
And getting stabbed. Getting punched in the face, the ribs.
He's fighting a bunch of trained killers. Like he's
kidneys.
yeah, everywhere. So no, don't get me wrong. I mean, like I said, I love this show on the production level. It is extremely well put together.
All
No.
right, so my production notes.
Okay.
Now that you're done ranting.
Yes.
About the good things.
Ranting. I'm giving this show praise and I'm still ranting. I love it.
Raging. You just didn't breathe very much in that. It's okay. So how the story was told, I loved that. Because I came in at the beginning, he's in the dumpster stabbed. It's like, oh, okay, so this is going to be one of those episodes where we start with him stabbed in the dumpster, and then we flash back and we work our way back up to it. No. This is where we start. We're starting right here, and we're going. We'll reference what happened, but we're not going to go back and actually see that. We're just rolling with it. I thought that was great. It was a nice little twist of expectations on that.
Yes.
It's nice to see a show not do what you expect it to do. So I loved that it just goes in. Here we are. All right, we're here to introduce Rosario Dawson and her character, and we're here to kind of introduce some.
She has a
Daredevil's
character name,
powers.
by the way.
Claire.
Yeah, well, she has a character name, or a alter ego name, Night Nurse.
Oh, okay. I believe you.
It's a thing. Trust me.
Okay, I'm down. She's a nurse who works at night. Makes sense. Seems legit.
Yeah.
And then we're introducing some of Daredevil's powers, because he does have some superpowers. He does not have super strength or super healing power. Well, maybe super healing power, because for some reason he can get the crap beat out of him all night long and then go to work the next day and nobody notices that he's not covered in bruises and stab wounds.
You got shot. Rachel shot me.
It's like, why does it look like you've been punched in the face over and over? I just had a rough night. Fell down the stairs. Like, you fall down the stairs twice a week, man. What's going on?
I will give I will give the little points of comedy in this episode really, really well.
The Foggy's little side story stuff was good. It really.
And I apologize. Yes, she's a blonde in this series.
Thank you. Jeez. Anyway,
she looks really bad as a blonde.
And I loved how they explained some of his powers without doing anything,
without showing them yet, without showing the weird Doppler.
Here's my powers, and this is what I can do. No, it just happens, and you understand.
Yeah,
they didn't explain it to you. He's just oh, there's a dude going from door to door. He's 2 floors down. It's like, what? You can hear that? It's like, yeah, and he's wearing some crazy kind of cologne. It's like, you could smell through walls. What?
Yes, shut up.
Yes,
it's kind of funny when Daredevil came around and Frank Miller was writing The Man Without Fear, and this is the first time that his powers really got super well explained. I mean, he's been a character since the 60s, created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, and his powers still were not really explained until Frank Miller did The Man Without Fear. And during that time, they interviewed Stan Lee about the character, about who do you think would win in a fight between Daredevil and Spider-Man. And he says Spider-Man only because he has super strength. However, Daredevil's sonar sense beats Spidey's Spidey sense.
Excelsior.
That is coming from Smiling Stan Lee himself. That Daredevil, the only reason Spider-Man would win is because Spider-Man can throw a car at Daredevil.
So that I enjoyed the way the story was told, and that hallway fight. Holy jeez!
Yeah, man. Oh wow!
Not only was it just amazing choreography, but single shot, crazy.
Yeah.
Just everything's really tight and claustrophobic. And
yes.
Not only is the choreography cool and good, and he's doing all these cool things, but the guys get hit and then they get back up. They don't just fall flat. And you can see him getting more and more tired as he's you see him lift to one side, and then the guy gets up. He's like, crap. So he jumps up and pushes off the wall to give himself extra strength so that he can just finally punch that last dude and put him on the ground. It's like, Man,
Yeah, it was that was
whole scene
intense.
was just
And
incredible.
we all know how big of a fan I am of single shot like things because it is insane the amount of setup and perfect orchestration you have to have for that single shot to go through.
Yeah, like and it didn't really move much. It just kind of
No.
forward and back, and then it kind of peeked into one room, the first room when he opens the door, just so you can see how many dudes are in there.
Yeah, right.
Oh crap! Like 12 dudes. I got this. Oh jeez, weren't you just stabbed like
Several
an hour
times.
ago? Weren't you dying? How are you? Okay.
All
So that
right.
was really good. So let's get to that plot.
Okay. So, first, Jack Murdock is a horrible human being. He's a horrible parent. And just, oh my God. Just, I'm glad he's dead.
That's a little harsh, but yes, he
No.
is the dictionary definition of terrible parenting. Like, he's just the worst.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you don't, I don't want to steal your thunder and your rant on him. So go ahead.
Okay. Well, my first note is Rosario Dawson. And my second
we're
note
going there. We're not going there yet.
My second note is the dictionary definition of bad parenting.
Okay.
Jack Murdock. And this was before anything. Like, this is just his first scene.
Yeah.
He comes in, the crap beat out of him, which, whatever.
Has his son drink some whiskey and
has his son drink whiskey. What?
I don't want your hand shaking like last time.
Man. Oh my gosh, dude, you're the worst.
You're so horrible. It burns. Not as bad as when your hand shake. God, freaking a kid actor and him together is just not a good combination.
You are awful. And of course, we go through the story, and you know, he's a boxer, but he's always taking the fall because he is indebted to bad men.
Yes,
so that he can fix fights.
Did you see I had a picture saved on my work computer that I forgot to transfer over, but a picture of the sign in the background where it said Barton. I don't know what the hell that
was that?
I have no idea.
Leap off your counter?
Apparently. I had it on here. There's a picture. There's when he's talking to Mr. Fix-It, which is the bad guy's name, is there's a picture of Bart, or there's a poster with Barton on there. I'm like, oh, this is a Dark Hawkeye kind of tie-in because Dark Hawkeye was a boxer. Nope. It's a shout out to the production crew. Yay. Like, well, that was a little bit of a letdown.
Read too much into it. And now you're like,
yeah, I really did. I'm like, Barton. Does it say Barton back there? Though also in there, she calls him Mike because he refuses to tell Rosario Dawson his real name for obvious good reason. Mm-hmm, she calls him Mike because that's her ex-boyfriend who has a lot of trouble with keeping secrets. I went to Mike Peterson, Deathlock.
You think so?
It's a possibility. New York. He's in New York.
Possible, yes.
His name is Mike. He had a problem with keeping secrets because he didn't want to tell her that he was into the Centipede or whatever it was program to save his son. But it's entirely a possibility just to tie it into it like they did later in the episode when freaking Jack Murdock beat the Absorbing Man in a boxing match.
That was the Absorbing Man?
Creel, yep. That is the freaking Absorbing Man in S.H.I.E.L.D. The exact same person.
Oh, dude. Okay.
It is a direct tie-in to S.H.I.E.L.D.
But that was like 30 years ago, or 20 years ago. I guess that would work, I guess. How old was Creel in S.H.I.E.L.D.?
He was an older dude.
Not a relative?
No, it's exactly him. It is his first. They mentioned him by first and last name. And I'm like, Creel. Where do I know that name from? I look it up. I'm like, oh shit, it's the Absorbing Man.
So anyway, Jack Murdock. Let me finish my rant on him. So,
fine.
So I guess we're supposed to feel for him, and he's taking the fall because it's the only thing he can do. But at the end, you know what? I'm turning it around. I'm gonna I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna win. They're gonna cheer my name so my son can be proud of me, and I'm gonna set aside this bet and leave him some sort of nest egg or something, whatever. And I'm awesome and whatever. Yay! No.
No.
You are an idiot, and you are dumb, and you are a terrible parent. You take the fall, dude. You have a son who depends on you. You take the effing fall.
Oh man, I was
do
really hoping
not.
you were going to try to
You
flat
do
out drop it
not
there.
make your child an orphan just so you can hear people cheer your name. No, that is not a sacrifice. I do not feel sorry for you at all. You are the worst. The worst.
Yeah, he's just absolutely horrible. Like there's no redemption in that. Exactly. No, yeah, you swallow your stupid pride and you stay there for your freaking child. You don't call your ex-wife or whatever and say, "Oh yeah, you need to take care of your kid now."
Because I'm going to die. Because
Because
stupid.
there's a reason why and going from like they
like,
try
I'm sorry that you're having to take the fall and you're in this crappy situation, but I'm guessing you probably got yourself in that crappy situation to begin with.
But if Matt is with him, can you imagine what his mom is like?
Are we gonna find out?
I hope not. I hope that entire thing is just done. That we're gonna kind of get into why he's into martial arts.
Like I'm over flashbacks already.
Yeah, they're gonna have to give a couple. There's an episode coming up called Stick.
Some place where some old dude teaches him how to fight.
Stick, yeah, and that's episode 7, I think. And I'm actually looking forward to that because I like Stick. He's awesome.
So that's pretty much my rant. The only other thing I have marked down is the fire extinguisher. That made me smile.
Yeah, donk.
Time and he's running down the stairs. Time. Wait for it. Bam. And I loved how fast that Rosario Dawson was on board.
Yeah, she's like, all right, cool. You obviously have something I don't, so let's go.
Okay, so he is a terrible Russian guy. He was at a fake stab. Stab him up here above his eye. That's where this nerve is. And
oh god, oh my god!
I was like, wow, okay.
And did he just like leave the thing in there? Like, did he just leave the thing into the guy's skull? Like, I don't remember seeing him take it out.
I don't know.
I think he just left it in there.
Too much.
And I'm like, oh god, don't do that! Oh god!
Wow, you're all in. Okay, right on. You're in. And then of course she throws him off the building. Wow.
Yeah.
Don't kill him. He's like,
he'll be all right.
Kill us. And then he's like, but he fell in the dumpster. He'll be fine. He's like, is he alive? Yeah, he'll live. It's fine.
He'll live. Yeah. I did like this infinitely better than the first episode. Other than the fact that I kind of enjoyed the lightness of the first episode, the lighter nature of the first episode than of this one. The light parts of this were very
grim.
This was very, very dark and very Batman. And shut up, it was Batman. It was totally freaking Batman.
I guess.
Batman with bat powers in this episode. That's exactly what it was. And you can't deny it.
And I don't have a problem with it. You're the one who has a problem with it.
But that being said, this is, again, my opinion on this. I'm still kind of over the Batman, and I'm just kind of wanting... I don't know. I just want something more. I just want more than Batman. And this episode was totally Batman, and I'm so done with Batman.
I don't know. I still like the episode. I'm just...
But no, I liked it. I liked it. And I even liked the first episode. I just not, like, fully 1,000% into it. It just needs something else.
And maybe we'll get there. Because
I
what I understand, because I listened to Spoiler in Time, and they talked about episodes 1 through 4. We're gonna have some episodes focusing on Kingpin coming up. So,
and it'll be interesting.
Maybe you'll like those more.
Yeah, or maybe it may get the eye off of Batman Murdock for a little bit, and when we come back to him, it might be a little bit more, a little bit more into it, and apparently it gets more and more tied into the Defender storyline as we go along. So I'm going to be more and more okay with that. I
have a feeling this show will win you over. You're too close to the edge there. It's just right there, about to pull you in. I can just feel it.
And I don't hate it.
I know you
I
don't.
hated
That's why I think it'll
S.H.I.E.L.D.
win you
more.
over.
Like I hated S.H.I.E.L.D. more last season. Like
And I
I
hate
stopped
Arrow
watching
so much
S.H.I.E.L.D.
more. But I'm still watching it.
And like I said, I will continue to watch this. But like I said, I do want to wrap this up before freaking Shield. So I mean, it just I don't hate the show. I don't hate the show. I just expected more out of my Marvel. And speaking of more out of my Marvel, here's Daryl's take on it.
This is a great episode, and it does some really interesting things, which are mostly forgotten because of that 3-minute fight scene at the end. So let's get that over with. It's amazing. It was one of, if not the best fight scenes ever in a TV show. 3 minutes of what convincingly looked like a continuous shot where every punch has weight, every effort comes with a price, and no one goes down easy, apart from that one guy that took a microwave to the face.
Straight to
The whole
the
thing
face.
was brutal. I've watched it a dozen times so far, and I'll watch it a dozen times again before the week is out. It was fantastic. There's something else this episode does, or doesn't do, that deserves attention. At the end of the last episode, Matt goes off to rescue a kidnapped boy. In this episode, we see him found bleeding to death in a dumpster.
Remind me after this about the kid.
Any other show would have followed it up with a 24 hours earlier message and told the story of how he got into that predicament. Not here, though. We know that he went to rescue the kid, he got hurt and left for dead in a dumpster. We're trusted to have enough intelligence as an audience to reason out for ourselves. It didn't need to be told. It was just a mechanism for getting into the dumpster, found by Rosario Dawson, nursed back to health, going out and kicking ass with a renewed gusto. Also, Rosario Dawson. And any excuse to have her on the screen is great, even if they did have to shave half of her hair off.
I like how he trailed off at the end there.
Shave half of her hair off. What are they talking about? What is he
I
talking
don't
about?
know, but I like how he just literally just trailed off at the end there, and I didn't cut that. I just it just trailed off. I love it. And, okay, my final thing before we get on to the next segment of the show is stop putting kids in danger. I'm so sick and freaking tired of it, and I'm tired of kid MacGuffins. Like, I am absolutely sick and tired of kid MacGuffins. And that kind of leads directly into the next part of the show. Daryl is going to create a new segment for us called Put a Lantern on It. Sure, that means something in Britain, but
Maybe it's a trope. I don't know.
possibly.
I had
So
one note
let's-
left too.
Oh, go ahead.
That there was no lawyering in this episode.
No.
Zero lawyering. Lawyering would have
Absolutely, yeah.
helped. More
Yeah.
lawyering, less flashbacks. Thanks. Bye.
Yes. All right, here we go.
And now for something a little different. TJ talks about tropes a lot. Tropes are fantastic. Sometimes things are a cliche because they work. Sometimes it helps familiarity with a TV show. Sometimes people can use it to surprise the audience. But
Or sometimes it's bad writing.
it's also fun to just spend hours and hours on tvtropes.com.
.org. tvtropes.org.
Live editing.
So I figured, why not make a segment? So if CJ plays this, then you're listening to Let's Hang a Lantern on It. And today I'm going to cover permastubble. And I'm going to pronounce it properly. Permastubble. Matt Murdock has permanent 5 o'clock shadow regardless of what time of day or night it is, usually night. See also Indiana Jones, Don Draper, Jack from Lost, who may or may not have been using a sharpened seashell. Oddly enough, this is
And Batman. Batman has it too.
the trope that's led to the real world products. You can buy electric razors, which are designed to leave a vital 0.5 millimeter of stubble for the action man of today. It's also insane, and I hate it, so please use it less, or at least, have some predictable, controlled hair growth for your characters. It's okay to shave and be a hit.
So we got to work on the trailing off. That's okay.
We're going to work on that. This is
Yes.
kind of a trial
And
run.
Jack from Lost, he used razors from the airplane until they were gone, and then he used knives. So he didn't use a sharpened seashell. They showed that, Daryl. You should watch it again. Sorry, I've watched Lost all the way through twice. I have a bit of a problem with it. It's okay.
Yes, you do. This show is so horrible.
Oh, you shut your dirty mouth. I'll punch you right.
Yeah, it's like
I'll make it your
the show again.
I'll make you watch that as your challenge show. So you better settle down.
I watched Twin Peaks already. You can't make me watch another show like that.
It's so much better than Twin Peaks.
Oh God, no, it's not. So let's put a lantern on it, which again I'm sure it means something in Britain, but that is our new segment. And once again, this was I'm trying to figure out why somebody was running a vacuum cleaner on their lawn outside during the last half of that, but you know, there's that. Normally at the last part of the show, we actually go over the challenge shows as well, but this week, since we're a little bit off for the week, I will let Jazz discuss really quick his Arrow, and I will save my thoughts about Sherlock until next week.
Okay, watched Arrow with the Jewel Thief. First episode where Felicity's on the team, so that made the episode super awesome. Theo was back. She got a purse stolen and then did some stuff, and she wasn't terrible. I didn't hate her. I just kind of like her little side story was just there. It didn't make me.
Is this the one where
I think this is the first episode? Huh?
Did they introduce Roy in this episode? I forget.
I don't know. There was a very handsome. The thief was a ridiculously handsome guy.
Was he wearing a red outfit?
Yes.
Yeah, it's Roy.
Okay.
More on that later.
Yeah, it's fine.
He's important.
I kind of got that feeling just because he was so ridiculously handsome.
Yeah, uncannily handsome. Yes.
Like you're not an extra looking dude. You clearly are here for a reason. But everybody in that show's apparently stupid pretty, except for never mind. Anyway.
Except for Thea and Laurel.
CJ said it, not me.
Oh no, I announced my feelings of them a long time ago.
No, it's okay. I may or may not feel the exact same way. Actually, I may. Anywho, and it was a pretty good episode. I think it's the first episode I sat through where I didn't roll my eyes one time, which was nice. No eye rolling.
So it's good.
The villain was fine, and the story was interesting. It was self-contained, which is fine. But things moved along, and it was basically them trying to prove to Felicity that they're not just whatever vigilantes. We're not just killing people. And then Felicity and all of them go to this party where the thief is supposed to be, and she dresses up in this gold dress and
and
oh yeah, and the show got a lot better. There's a link in the chat there, CJ.
All right, going over to the chat, which is about 13 windows that way.
Not the
oh yeah,
the IRC chat, the Hangout chat.
Oh yeah, no, I do indeed love that.
Okay, so you remember the gold dress.
Oh yeah. In the newest season, she's started developing a shirt allergy, so there's definitely nothing wrong with that. Okay. So yeah, like I said, I no, you're not wrong, and this is where it starts getting better at this point because you're really like driving headfirst into the undertaking and everything.
Yeah, they're talking about the undertaking and has a title, and his mom's trying to get out of it. So things are happening, and the show is getting better.
Yeah, you're getting to the point where
much less CW-ness.
Yes.
Which is thank you.
Yeah, you're definitely getting better that way.
Those episodes are rough.
Yeah, and like I said, you're gonna actually, I think you're actually gonna enjoy the rest of the season because you're on the latter half of the season now, and that's when they actually realize that they got approved for season 2, and they're gonna keep ramping it up from there.
Sweet.
Speaking of season 2, I did finish season 2, episode 3 of Sherlock, but I really want to sit and talk about that, and I really don't have the time tonight to do that. So we will put that to next week. Yes, I watched it, and we will discuss it next week. All right. So we are going to go ahead and wrap up then. You can contact the show via email at geekioshow@gmail.com. Twitter is at twitter.com/geekioshow, facebook.com/geekioshow. Call us at 727-489-4335. That's 727-489-GEEK. website contains everything of our past 12 episodes and more. It's geek-io.net/spoiler show. And to help support this show and all the shows on the Geek.io network, go to patreon.com/geek.io. Why don't you give us a little bit of rundown of those show titles there?
How about them show titles? We have Spanish-ish, 50 Shades of Peter Petrelli, which I don't know if I spelled that right. Back from Break, Self-Aware, Rose Lady, Avengers, wink, 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 and Batman Murdoch. Yeah, I agree.
All right, folks. On that note, we are going to go ahead and get on out of here. So thank you for joining us once again for this week's Small Screen Spoiler Show. We'll be back on time next week. We will see you then. Bye now.
This has been a Geek.io production. Copyright 2015. Geek.io. Geek and Geek.
All right, folks. Bye.
Bye.
Off of the air, there. Off of the air.